the basic training was 17 weeks.
Wow.
And in those 17 weeks, they would try to weed out the guys that they thought were not fit to be soldiers. So here I'm trying to get out of school, and that's what it was all about: training, learning to come around, and fell in a ditch or a finger, and then the Chinese started to come in. So I fought them all night, and it was foggy, and you asked me how close did they come to you. There was a guy that came within 6 feet. He shot, and he went right between my legs, and he had a bolt action rifle. So I walked up to him and just swung my rifle and hit him right here.
How many guys were actually fighting with you in your platoon during all this?
No, I was there by myself. They all ran off. So when the platoon leader came up, they all got in their foxholes there, this and that. It was early in the morning, and we were getting hit with mortars. There was a tank next to me, and a mortar came in and hit me in my right thigh, and it turned my foot completely around 180 degrees. So I had one foot hitting north and one hitting south. And as if I was step, the blood had run down into my boot. It would squish out of the boot. So when this happened, I reached out to some of the guys in my squad and other guys that I knew, and I put my hand like that, and they would brush my hand off, and they kept walking away, and they left me. So there was this one black kid, his name was Rose. Rose came by, and it was just like a theater when everything goes dark, and the tanks were holding back the Chinese, and then they would leapfrog. They would go to the next where they fell back, and they would hold, and they go leapfrog again. So Rose said, "Jesus, do you need help?" I said, "Yes." So he got under my arm, and we started walking, and those tanks started to move up. And he said, let me stop a tank, see if we can get some help. But I was losing blood, and I started spinning. I could spin, and then I'd come to again, and these guys were firing the quad 50s, and look out for that son of a bitch at 1 o'clock. So the turret would start tuning in, bang, 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 bang. The shells would come down, hit you, and I said, oh man, this is it. So when I woke up one time, Sergeant Hill was dead already. He bled to death. I wasn't going to shoot him anyway. But that's how it was. So this guy in the quad 50 said, we got to get these guys out of here because we can't do our job. Look out! Another one of them at 6 o'clock, and they turned around, and I said, oh man, they're going to start throwing hand grenades in this thing, So they get me off. They put me in a litter jeep. And this guy in the litter jeep goes it was about a 9-mile gullet that we had to run. And this guy would drive a little ways, and he'd stop, and he'd jump in the gutter, in the ravine there, And this officer drove up and says, where's the driver? I says, down there. And they're shooting at this jeep, and I figured the bullets were about that high above my head, but they really were. But I felt them that high, but they might have been that high. So the officer tells that guy, get out of there, you son of a bitch, start driving that jeep. And we went another distance, and he did the same thing. Finally, a jeep pulls up with some Turks, and them Turks put me on their jeep, give me a shot of morphine, and they went straight through. Nothing stopped them. Got to the aid station. They put a tag on my big toe, and they put the litters out on the runway. And C-54 came in. They load us up, and away we go to Japan. Went to Osaka. We get to Osaka. When we flew in, it had been raining, and the plane, it would hit air pockets, and lightning would go off, and the inside of the plane would light up like a Frankenstein movie, you know. And I said, "Oh, I'm gonna die here too," you know. I was dying. So then we fly into Osaka, and there's a big caravan of ambulances coming through town, and the Japanese come out, and as you went by, they would bow, you know. So we got to the hospital, and there was no beds, enough beds, so they put us in the hallway on the litters. So that's funny. This was an award of the 29th on parade. That's the barracks.
Where are the barracks at? Is that Fort Benning?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How long were you there?
Oh, I usually go for a week. Those are all my challenge coins. And those are clippings from a newspaper. And that is a picture of a squad at Washington, D.C. That's a squad coming through the rice paddies with their ponchos. Is my silver star and my purple heart up in the corner over here.
Right there. Wow. Right here.
That's
the red with the black.
That's the occupation medal. And this one here, Louis, is when I got my Silver Star at Presidio, San Francisco, with General Hadley Milton Hadley. And we had a big parade, and I was 18 years old then. No, this it was an award from the Latinos.
Latino Unity.
And what's this one for, Jesse?
That's I got out of the service on a Thursday, went for an interview on a Friday, went to work on a Monday, and retired 49 years later. And that's what the owner of the company used to call me, the boss. And that's a picture of me in Japan when I was in the hospital, a rice paddy daddy.
What's this one?
Those guys that I fought with in Korea.
Oh, wow.
Those are the remaining ones that made it back home.
Yeah.
Wow. So how many of them are still alive?
There may be one. This guy here may be the one, but the other two are dead. And these are certificates. This is the Purple Silver Star Award. This is the Hispanic American Veterans Association. That's a certificate from the Department of Veterans, because I have been a guest speaker at the VA. This is a picture of Colonel Louis Millette and myself. Colonel Louis Millette is a recipient of the Medal of Honor. He led a bayonet attack in Korea. And these are awards from the 29th. Mr. PR for things that I did for the regiment after I came back. There's you want to get a close-up of that one? That's here's every year I go to the National Cemetery in Westwood with my guide on for functions. I'm usually in a parade. Right here I'm being interviewed by the Mexican TV station.
Channel 34, huh?
Oh, yeah, Telemundo.
Yeah, Telemundo. That's a picture of my girlfriend. Well, I dedicate a lot of my time now to giving presentations at schools and wherever I'm asked to speak. Today I'm speaking for Mariano.
Is rolling.
Big Dog and Big Jess.
Exactly. El Chingon. And Metal Metal. Hey, you guys, thank you again for watching this incredible video. I'm working on making this into a documentary, getting it hopefully to the big screens. Again, everybody has to understand these are stories that need to be heard so that little kids, our next generation, will appreciate the freedom and the sacrifices for, you know, for everyone in this country. And Jesse, like I said, being a Korean veteran during that war was incredible. He made it alive. A lot of people, a lot of soldiers did not. And again, Jesse, thank you for your story. It's a blessing, especially being Latino. We need Latinos to understand, you know, the sacrifice, the love of country, and you know, and God first.
I'd like to just say one last comment. I don't consider myself a hero. I consider myself a survivor. Most people ask when you're decorated, well, how many did you kill? I don't give them an answer. I try to tell them how many did I save by what I did. And that's my answer.